Yo, what's up, Broncos country? How's it going tonight, guys? So tonight, this is me and Mohammed's gut reaction to the Broncos Raiders game Thursday night, and there's a couple other topics we want to kind of touch on tonight. Things that were put out there, that we really would like to go over and comment on. But first, before we get into all that, could you guys please like, comment, subscribe on this video? Also, hit that bell notification so you know when we go live. Invite your friends, your family, anybody who's a Broncos fan or just a football fan in general. We talk about everything football here. So please do that for us, and we really appreciate it. So, Muhammad, the first thing I want to talk about is the video I sent you earlier. Like, this video surfaced on X. It's been making its round. A lot of people are saying it's fake. It's not really Bo Nix saying this. It's somebody else, or because apparently Bo Nix doesn't cuss. But I'm not sure if it's real or fake, but I want to get your takes on it. There was a video that went viral today of after one play from the Broncos-Raiders game, when the Broncos were on offense, the play was incomplete, or I can't remember exactly what happened on that play. And then you hear somebody say, it's the fucking personnel. And a lot of people are saying it was Bo Nix basically yelling at Sean Payton. But what are your thoughts? Do you think this video is real, fake? And if it is real, what are your thoughts on what the guy said in the video if it was Bo Nix?
I honestly don't think it's real, Eddie, but that doesn't mean it's not true, right? I do agree with the message. I mean, that's part of the problem with Sean Payton, like just continuously changing personnel and just confusing everyone. You can't even get into a rhythm. So I don't know, honestly. Like, I don't know if it doesn't sound like that's something that I would hear Bo Nix say, like, where everyone else can hear. Maybe between him and Sean, if they were close, like talking to each other, maybe. But it is true, though. I think it's a true thing about the play calling.
Well, again, I'm not sure if it's real or fake. I posted it up earlier. Could it be real? Yeah, it could. Like, people say that can't be real because Bo Nix doesn't cuss. Oh, he's human. He's a human being. He has emotions. I'm sure Bo Nix cusses. He might, like whenever things ain't going your way, stuff happens. You're in, you kind of get just frustrated in the heat of the moment. People can cuss. It just happens. We're all adults here. It happens. But again, like I said, I don't know if it's real or fake. But like you said, Muhammad, the message is clear. If that video is 100% legit, real, and that was really Bo Nix, no one can blame him. The play calling is atrocious. We've been talking about it on this page all season. Sean Payton, I don't know what the heck he's doing every single game. I don't know what he's doing. I really don't. Even ex-football players, ex-coaches, if you watch any media members, ex-players, ex-coaches are like, what are you doing here, Sean? Like, what was that play call? It even happened after the game against the Raiders this week. Who was it? There was somebody. I think it was the halftime show. It was like either Ryan Fitzgerald, Andrew Whitworth, or maybe it was even Richard Sherman. They're like, dude, we don't even know what this play calling is on offense. What is Sean doing? So that should tell you all you need to know. And it's so frustrating. And to add to that video, Mohammed, I want to get your thoughts on this. I almost forgot about this. But someone posted up someone posted a video yesterday of the crowd booing, and it was a video of Bo Nix. He missed a throw or something, and someone posted this video up of this is what happens whenever your quarterback stinks, and it's like Bronco fans booing Bo Nix. And of course, I don't know if you watched the game or if you saw the highlights, but you could hear the crowd booing during the game.
Yeah, they did.
At certain points. And people are saying the crowd was booing Bo Nix. And I straightened that out real quick. I was like, no. These people aren't booing Bo Nix. They're booing Sean Payton, and that's atrocious play calling. You got coaches, ex-coaches, ex-players on the air saying they don't even know what the heck Sean Payton's play calling is. He doesn't even know. They don't even know what he's doing or what he's trying to accomplish. What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, Eddie, yeah, and I honestly saw what Bo Nix actually had to say. He said he's been booed before, and he doesn't, like, it's not going to be the last time or something. But, I mean, we were kind of booing too. I mean, it was a terrible game, Eddie. Like, it was terrible. Like, probably one of the worst games that the Broncos had, punt after punt from both teams. It was very frustrating, I did feel like Bo Nix was extremely uncomfortable. I don't know what it is, but he was not having a good day. It was one of his probably not one of the worst games that he had. He just seemed very uncomfortable. Of course, the play calling doesn't help. If you feel Sean Payton, if you feel like your quarterback is not comfortable, what he's supposed to do? Run the ball. He's not going to do it. I don't know, Eddie. I don't know what it is. It's a mystery, is what it is.
I can't agree. And I'm not sitting here,
Absolving.
I'm not absolving Bo Nix from his terrible play. He was terrible Thursday. His footwork was off. He should have had more than how many interceptions he had? 2. He should have had more. He should have like 4. There was a couple of plays, even against the Texans, man. You saw him throw the ball up, and it's like, where are you going with that ball, Nix? Like that ball could have very easily been picked off multiple more times. And I'm not, like I said, I'm not absolving Bo Nix. He needs to work on that. But that's also Sean Payton's job too. Like Bo Nix needs to work on it, but Sean Payton needs to, he's the coach. He's supposed to help the quarterback, especially a young guy. Bo Nix is in year 2. I think Bo Nix is having a sophomore slump. I really do.
Yeah.
And even with Bo Nix having a sophomore slump, we're still 8-2. But it's like Sean Payton's supposed to help his young quarterback with that. Like, okay, you see Bo Nix's footwork being bad. You see him making, kind of bad reads. Not really. Sean, it's on you as a play caller to help develop this kid. He's only in year 2. And I know nowadays, Mohammed, people want their quarterbacks to come out of college and immediately be good. Just you throw them out there and they're just supposed to be they're supposed to be looking like Tom Brady in his prime right out the gate. That's not how it works. It's still, and people don't bring this up enough, and it really bothers me. You got to give a young quarterback at least 3 years. It's going to take them at least 3 years to, learn, get up to NFL speed, learn how to read defenses, do all this kind of stuff, and fully develop, basically, is what I'm saying. And we're only halfway through year 2. It might be another year, another, full season, like the rest of this season and the half of next season before Bo Nix actually, really shows what he is. There's a reason why people always say, hey, you got to give it at least 3 years for any player, honestly, before you can actually judge in what they are and what their ceiling is. We're still a year away at minimum to finding out what Bo Nix's potential and ceiling actually is. He's struggling this year. I think he's having a little bit of a sophomore slump. But we're still winning. And Sean Payton's play calling is adding to the sophomore slump because, again, you got ex-players and ex-coaches out there talking like, what the hell are these play calls? Sean, what are you doing? What are you trying to accomplish here? And we'll get into more of that whenever we talk about the game. But the next subject I wanted to bring up, Mohammed, and this one, I made a video about this on the Mile High Huddle page last night because I had to, because it was just driving me bonkers, is Coward went on his show yesterday. I didn't watch the full thing. I just saw a clip that somebody sent me. And basically it was Coward saying Sean Payton might be looking for a new quarterback after this year. All I could do was just facepalm because I don't think it's real. I really don't. If something like that was real, I don't think Sean, because Coward's like, oh, Sean told me this, or somebody that was close to Sean told me this is what Sean said. Sean's not going to, if they're going to do that, like if they truly are going to move on from Bo Nix,
they're not going to tell nobody.
They're not going to tell nobody. And my thing is, we'll get your take here in a minute. My thing is, and I said this last night, if that is real, if that really is the case, if that's really how Sean Payton's feeling and what he's planning on doing if Bo Nix continues to play like this, then Payton needs to be fired. Plain and simple. He needs to be fired if that's the case.
Exactly.
Because I said this last night, I'm going to say it here again tonight. Sean Payton, whenever we were all fine with him getting rid of Russ because we're like, you know what? Russ ain't the guy here in Denver after his second year with Denver. We're like, he's not going to do it. Sean got the best out of him. We're not going to win the Super Bowl with this guy. Broncos country and the ownership was fine with the Broncos eating $85 million in dead cap so Sean can get his own guy in the building. We were fine with that. It sucked. We're still paying for it, but we were fine with it. And then leading up to the draft, Sean Payton, made a video, and it didn't come out until after the draft, that he basically said that him and George Payton went to his pro day, Nix's pro day, and he's like, after the 4th or 5th pass, Sean Payton turned to George Payton and was like, this is the guy. And then that story came out where Peyton was like, "Oh yeah, I tricked the Vikings to move up for JJ McCarthy because I wanted Bo Nix." And then before the season started this year, what was it that Sean Payton said? He said, "This is one of the 7 teams I've coached over the years that can win." He said, "Win a Super Bowl."
Mm-hmm.
And Nix is included on that team. That includes Nix as the starting quarterback of this team. So if Nix fails, Sean Payton failed, and he needs to go. But what are your thoughts, Mohammed?
So Eddie, I did see that video with Kyle, or like what he said. I did see it. I thought it was weird. I know that's Sean Payton is his boy, so he's always gonna be vouching for him and stuff, and he's not gonna talk about the play calling. I don't know why it doesn't make any sense to me. But to be fair to Bo Nix, Eddie, like what do we typically see in the NFL? A team that's struggling, doesn't have a quarterback, will go and draft a quarterback, right? That first year, once they feel like, oh, we got a franchise quarterback or he's a good quarterback, that next season, Eddie, what do? They go to the draft, they start getting him help, right? They go free agency and do that. That didn't happen for Bo Nix because they didn't have enough money, as far as the cap. They couldn't do that much. And then in the draft, Sean Payton, you could have went up, gave him another pick, and got Warren, that tight end. You could have helped him like that, but we didn't. So he's working with what he got. Now he does need to improve. Maybe Eddie, maybe Sean Payton thought that Bo Nix would be, let's say, right here, year 2, but Bo Nix is maybe a little bit down here, and that's okay. It's going to take him some time to get there. But we cannot sit here and just blame Bo Nix. We all know Bo Nix is talented. He's got it. It's just going to take some time. We should be fair to him. And Sean Payton is not helping. If the quarterback is struggling, it's on Sean Payton. That's the quarterback you picked, right? And that's the quarterback you believe in. If he's struggling, you need to simplify things. I think he's just thinking too much, Eddie. We know he has the tools. He can run. He can throw the ball. He's good. He's a good quarterback. So I have no doubt that that's not all of a sudden because he's been having bad games. He's a terrible quarterback. I'll give it to you.
Yeah, they did get him a few weapons. They got Evan Ingram, which I've already talked about this. Like they bring in Evan Ingram, and they like this is why I didn't want them to trade for like a tight end during the right at the trade deadline. It's like you brought in Evan Ingram to be the Joker and your tight end one, and you barely use him.
Mm-hmm.
You went out and drafted R.J. Harvey, which going against what I've been saying all season, run the ball, Sean. They're not running the ball enough to me, honestly, to justify the Dobbins pick or the Harvey pick because they're passing more than they're running, even though the run game works. Like when you put Harvey and Dobbins out there to run, guess what? They're picking up like 4 to 5 yards a carry. And then they third round they get Pat Bryant, another big body receiver, and we barely see him. Like whenever he is out there, most of the time he's just blocking for a run play. Like he's not really getting or a screenplay. He's not really getting involved in the passing game too much. So they got him some stuff, but it's like they're not using them like they should. Like I said, again, Bo Nix, I think he's in the middle of a sophomore slump. I really do. Like at least, but the good thing is that he's healthy. I hate to say it, but Jaden Daniels, he's probably out for the rest of the season, and that sucks because I really wanted to play. I wanted the Broncos to play Jaden Daniels. I wanted it to be Jaden Daniels versus Bo Nix here in a couple of weeks when we play the Commanders in Washington. And now we're robbed of that opportunity because Jaden got hurt because their coach over there is a buffoon, keeping your freaking starting quarterback in when you're getting blown out by 30 points for no damn reason. But it sucks. And you got people out there saying, oh, well, he didn't play as good as Jaden Daniels did last year. Okay. He was still, runner up in the rookie of the year conversation last year. And now Jaden Daniels is hurt. At least Bo Nix is available, and he does play well at times. And then you got people saying, I'd rather have Drake May over Bo Nix. Okay, Drake May has literally played just a season of football. Like, I think he came in like halfway through the year last year. He's already played half a season this year. So he's played like literally a full season. Bo Nix has played almost a season and a half of football. So he's got like a half a season on him. And Like, and that's the thing too. Like, if you like, I remember seeing someone saying this, and it is true. Like, when you have a young rookie quarterback, his first year, the reason why all these rookie quarterbacks like Jaden Daniels, Bo Nix, who was the other one that start last year? Was there another one that I think it was Drake May, maybe. There was another one I think that's played a lot of. Oh, Caleb Williams. I'm sorry.
Okay, yeah.
Um, these teams now got a full, like they play. All these guys played well last year because teams didn't have a full season worth of film on them. Mm-hmm. Now teams have a full season worth of video on Jaden Daniels, Bo Nix, and Caleb Williams. They only got like a half a season, or a half a season going into this year on Drake May. And Drake May, like now he's literally going through like his full season. They're now just starting to really get the tape on Drake May. So Drake May's been looking good because they really haven't had much film on him, like a whole year's worth of film. So I wouldn't go too far with that. Like, I think Bo Nix is going to be fine. He needs to work on his footwork, just settle down a little bit. Sean Payton needs to help with the play calling. And it's wild, dude, that people are literally, just saying this stuff about Bo Nix, saying that, he needs Sean Payton needs to freaking draft a new quarterback. Like this absolutely makes no sense to me. You just need to run the ball more. Like, Sean, come on, like just run it. Like, you see your young quarterback struggling, run the ball. And I said this last night too. And Bo Nix, like another thing I want to say on Bo Nix was the other night's game. It was like, Bo Nix ran out of the pocket. He runs up to the line of scrimmage. He's got like a 10-yard clean field. Like, there's nothing within 10 yards of him. Bo, run. Go pick up some yards. Even if you don't get the first, just pick up some yards. Get something. And there's a saying out there that Sean Payton's coaching him not to run. Like, Sean Payton's like, I don't want you to run. I want you to just throw the ball downfield. And if that's the case, Sean's an idiot. Like, he needs to let Bo just off the leash and just let him go do his thing and just help him with his footwork. I'm getting so – and – we saw more screens in this game. Again, they didn't freaking work. But we'll get into the game. We'll start onto the game now because I'm starting to get into that tail of things. But I want to get your initial gut reaction to the game, Muhammad. What was your gut reaction to this game?
It was terrible, Eddie. I know we won, but it was probably one of the worst games that I've watched. It was terrible. Like, just punt after punt. You know what's going on. Both teams, our defense gets interceptions, and we can't even do anything with them. It was just a terrible night. I don't know if they were tired, Eddie, because of the short week. That's a possibility. I know you mentioned that, but it was a terrible performance. I know we won, but the Raiders could have won easily too. I don't know what's going on, and then. Also, the run game was working, and then Sean did the same thing. Didn't want to continue with it, And the point that you mentioned before, Eddie, about Sean Payton not wanting Bo Nix to run, I believe it because I could tell Bo Nix, if it's up to him, he'll run. He has that in him, and that will make him extremely dangerous. There's always that chance of him getting hurt. We don't want that, but that's another element that could help the defense, the offense. If they're struggling, let's try some different things, Sean Payton, But it was not a good game, Eddie. I'm really happy. Like I said, we won and we beat the Raiders, the team that I hate with a passion, But we cannot continue to play like this, Eddie, and expect we're gonna go, and we'll be able to beat the Chiefs. If you play like this, we are gonna lose. I told you after the game, that's what I believe is gonna happen. If you don't play well, Mahomes is going to get us bad. So I'm hoping because of this mini bye that, the Broncos go back in and try to work some magic with the offense, But, yeah, that was my initial reaction.
Well, my initial reaction was I saw a lot of things talking about why the Broncos played so bad in this game. But the one that really got to me was somebody posted up on X, and then after I saw it on X, I saw it everywhere, which was, Sean Payton intentionally played like this. His play calling was bad in this game because he doesn't want to give up anything to the Chiefs going into them next week. Like they're basically saying it was a very vanilla game plan, and because Sean Payton doesn't want to give up too much of his playbook before we play the Chiefs. I'm like, what?
Everybody knows
Why? Why? Like that is dumb. If you're that scared of the Chiefs, you don't need to be freaking coaching in the NFL. Like the Chiefs are not that freaking good. They're not that dangerous. They're really not. They're freaking 5-4, dude. They lost to the Jags. They lost to the Eagles, a team that we beat. Um, they barely scraped by. Who was it? It was they barely scraped by the Giants. Like they've been like they're in really close games like they were last year, kind of like we are this year. They're in these one-score games and they're not winning them. They're losing them because they don't have the talent on that team. Like people are going to say Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce. Travis Kelce, I told you at the beginning of the year, I don't think he's washed. Like he's not if anything, the reason why the Chiefs are somewhat maybe scary, why people would take them any kind of as a threat is because of what's his name, Xavier Worthy. That's it. Like he's fast. He's like a miniature Tyreek Hill. Maybe not as fast, but he's quick. And if you watch their game, that's usually who they're going to is Xavier Worthy. They're not going to Kelce as much. They can't run the ball at all. So I'm not really worried. It's like you're not gonna sit here and hide anything from the Chiefs. Just play your game. You should have blew the freaking Raiders out. But I do agree with you, Mohammed. I think they were tired. Like they played the Cowboys the week before. Um, they were at home, of course, and then they had to go on the road, play the Texans, the best defense in the league. That offense did, and then they, come off that. Thankfully, they won. The offense didn't play great, but it was against the top defense in the league. Then on a short week, and then they have to play the Raiders on Thursday Night Football. And honestly, I remember seeing someone say this, or I remember someone saying this. I think it was last year, that Thursday night games, they think they should be taken out of the NFL because teams are players are more likely to get injured on Thursday night because of the short week aspect of it. And usually Thursday night games are not that good. Like they're usually low scoring anyway because the team, they just came off a game 4 days prior. And I remember watching the stuff, and I was talking to a buddy of mine that's that knows a lot about the Broncos. He said that the Broncos didn't practice. Like Monday they were off. It was a rest day, basically. Or no, they did a walkthrough. They didn't practice on Monday on a short week. They didn't really practice on Tuesday. They didn't really get a practice in, like actually out there on the field until Wednesday, the day before the game. So if that's true, then you got the Broncos only really practiced 1 day on the field. They're tired coming off a short week. They just had two really, brutal games against the Cowboys. I mean, I know we blew them out, but it's still a really, really good offense. And then the Texans defense in Houston, it's just like I think the Broncos were maybe a little bit wore out. But now they got this mini bye. They got 10 days to heal, get better, and get ready for Kansas City. And I think Marvin Mims will be back next week, of course. Mm-hmm. And I think PS2 is going to be back. Like, based on what his comments were after that Cowboys game, they didn't put him on IR or even short-term IR. He's like, I'll be back soon, like indicating that he's probably going to be back. I don't think he's going to miss the Chiefs game. He knows that's a big game. And if he's not healthy, then don't bring him back. Make him sit. But if he's I say 70%, 75%, maybe 80%, Surtain's going to want to play because he knows how important that Chiefs game is. We win that, dude, we're sitting real pretty in the AFC West. But as far as the game goes, man, there was a freaking snooze fest. Like, I didn't even want to watch the rest of it, dude. I got to like midway through the third. I'm like, are any of these teams going to score? Or are we just going to sit here and keep saying punt, punt, punt? And then the highlight of that game to me personally was the block punt by the Broncos. That was the highlight.
Yeah.
That was the biggest play of the game because that's what basically gave the Broncos the ball in good field position to kick the winning field goal. The Raiders, man, they're terrible. And what was the other thing I was gonna say, man? It was so wild. Oh, and to touch on one of the plays. Okay. The Broncos, I think it was the drive where it was I can't remember what quarter it was, but they were marching down the field, okay? They were running the ball effectively. J.K. Dobbins was picking up like 5 yards a carry on that drive, man. He was just gashing the Raiders. It gets up to 3rd and 1. And this is why I think some ex-NFL players and coaches were like, what the hell is this play calling? Because even the fans were like, what the hell is this play calling?
Yeah.
You get to 3rd and 1. The game's not going well, like on offense for both teams at all. Like it's not going well. This is going to be a game where field goals matter at that point. You knew this. And you run some goofy ass fucking double pass to Cortland Sutton. There's nobody open. Cortland Sutton tries to run to pick it up and gets tackled behind the line of scrimmage. Sean, you were running the ball so good on that drive. J.K. Dobbins was
Just 1 yard
on that drive.
Exactly.
You need 1 yard. Run the freaking ball, dude. Oh my God.
It's always trying to get cute in the wrong time.
I'm sitting there looking at my TV like I was at a loss for words. I'm like, I don't even know what to say. That has to be the dumbest play call of the entire game, of the entire season for the Denver Broncos. That had to be the dumbest call.
Nope.
Like, dude, you need 1 yard. J.K. Dobbins was tearing it up at that point. Turn around, handle. I mean, okay, worst case scenario, he doesn't pick it up. Okay, cool. But the fact that you were trying to get all cute, Sean, in a game that close, this is the kind of game with the way the punts were going, the offense was playing. This is the kind of game, like you go to throw that freaking pass back to Sutton like that. He muffs it and doesn't catch it, and it's rolling around. The Raiders pick it up. I mean, it didn't happen, but this is the way that game was going. Like, whenever I saw that double pass, I'm like, oh my God, please, Sutton, don't fumble it. I thought something bad was going to happen because that's the way this game was going. So but that play, honestly, that was probably the worst play of the Broncos season, in my opinion, on offense.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell are you doing, Sean? Your running back's kicking ass. The Raiders couldn't stop him. He was gashing their ass. You need a 1 yard on 3rd down. Run the ball.
It's definitely a head scratcher, right?
This is why when people were saying, oh, they were booing Bo Nix, I'm like, no, they weren't. They were booing Sean Payton. His play calling was so bad. You had ex-players, ex-coaches at the halftime show. Ryan Fitzpatrick, Andrew Whitworth, Richard Sherman. There was somebody else in there. I think it was a coach.
It was embarrassing.
They're like, dude, what was his play calling tonight? What is his play calling? But Sean, you need to change this if you want to win this game.
But Eddie, just watch. When we play the Chiefs, Sean is going to bring his A game. Because he knows if he starts playing like this, he's going to get embarrassed by the Chiefs. And his ego won't allow it. So you're going to start seeing some different type of offense. I believe. I hope, Eddie.
Sean Payton should have been looking at himself in the mirror after that Raiders game and be like, I'm fucking embarrassed at the show I put on play calling wise tonight. He should have been in that locker room apologizing to his players. Like, guys, I'm sorry. I don't know what the hell I was on during this game, but my play calling was absolute dog water. Like, he should be going out there apologizing to the fans. He should be apologizing to the players, to the owners, and most importantly, going in the mirror and apologizing to himself because that was dog ass.
But Eddie, did you see when he was asked by the press, he was asked about, are you satisfied with the offense? He got really mad. Have you seen that? I'm going to send it to you.
I did see a little bit of it. Didn't he say, well, we never want to come out like that? He said something stupid. I don't know. It's like, Sean, don't talk about it. Be about it. Do something.
Exactly.
Like, I wish for once, like, whenever I sometimes do watch with Sean Payton, interviews after the game, I just want one reporter, just one, just somebody. I don't care if it's Zach Stevens from DMVR, Mike Cliff. I don't care who the hell it is. Someone be like, Sean, can you please just stop throwing screen passes? They obviously don't work. What are your thoughts on that?
Ooh, they're not going to be back again. They're going to be banned, Eddie. They asked that question. He is going
I would gladly take that. I would be willing to get banned because I want to know a damn answer. Like, Sean, why are you running these dumbass screen passes? They don't work.
I don't know what it is, but he's obsessed with screens. I don't know what it is, Eddie, but yeah. And that's what I'm saying. Like when you were saying that some people were saying that he's not trying to show the Chiefs the playbook, so he was playing down, he was hiding. I was like, everybody knows his playbook. Screen. Go deep.
I mean, like, I think the only game this season, I don't think he threw a screen pass in. Maybe you had to correct me, Mohammed, if you
How
could
was
find
it?
the evidence. The only game I remember him not throwing any bubble screens or screens to the outside to a receiver was the Cowboys game,
Yeah.
where they literally had a horrible fucking defense. A horrible defense. Like you could literally just fucking do anything. Bo Nix could have went out there on one leg and just threw up a freaking 50-50 ball every play. There was always a Bronco wide open against that
And we were
defense.
running the ball, Eddie. We were all happy. Nobody complained, Sean. You were running the ball. It was very balanced. Everybody was doing well. It was a good game. We did not. We came here. We did not complain. We actually complimented how he, his play calling was wonderful. And we said, we hope this is going to be the case going forward. And it was not.
Nope, it wasn't like that in the Texans game, and it wasn't like that in the Raiders game. And
Nope.
honestly, we just want these. Like, I just wish someone would call Sean out on that crap. I wish the owners would go to him like, Sean, you're banned from running screenplays.
And
We're tired of watching our team going 3 out.
People just seem to be scared or terrified to say something. Do you get this notion?
Yeah, it is. And that's why I'm kind of hoping that video of the guy screaming, saying it's what did he say? It was the formation or whatever, the personnel. Like, I hope that God that video is real, and I hope that God it's Bo Nix. Because I was listening to I think it was 1043 The Fan. I think it was not Andrew Mason. It was I forgot his name. But anyway, he's just like, Bo Nix is the only one that's gonna be able to stand up to Sean Payton and be like, Sean, this shit ain't working. Like, he's like, they both want the same thing. They're both very competitive. They both want to win. They have that competitive fire. They both want the same thing and the same goal. It's just like they're not working in unison together.
No.
And he was like, Bo Nix has got to be the guy to go to Sean Payton and be like, Sean, this shit ain't working. We need to change it.
Yeah. But you know what, Eddie? I think if the record was flipped, like if we were like 2-8, the owners would have went there and had a meeting and tried to talk to him about it. But the problem is we're winning, Eddie. So what are they going to go and say? They can go and talk to him about it. But it's like they're 8-2, so they're like, it's working. We're not going to mess with it. So it's right. I mean,
yeah, but at the same time, you got to stop and think. It's like, yeah, we're winning. We're scraping by. You play like, if the Broncos play like they did Thursday night against somebody like the Chiefs, or if they would have played like this against the Eagles or even the Texans last week, they would have lost on offense. Like, they would have got their asses kicked. Well, maybe not the Texans because their offense is that bad. But like, like I said, not the Cowboys, God damn it, the Eagles. The Chargers, the Colts, the Chiefs. Like, you play like this against those types of teams, you're going to get your ass kicked on offense. It's just the way it is. Like, you can't rely on the defense all the time. So I really hope that video is real and Bo Nix actually said something, because he seems like he's the only one that's going to. It's so frustrating. And we know this team, this offense can play better. We've seen them do it. We've seen them. I'm not talking about just against the Cowboys this year. We've seen how Sean Payton's play calling can be good, and Bo Nix into that play calling in Sean Payton's system, and those two working together in unison. You can take there's one quarter you got to look at, and that's the fourth quarter of the Giants game. Play calling was great. Bo Nix was thriving. He was balling the hell out, and if he didn't, we lose that game in the fourth quarter. So we know they can do it. We've seen it last year too. I don't know what the regression of this whole thing is. Like I said, maybe Bo Nix is having a sophomore slump, but Sean Payton's play calling, why does it seem to be regressing? Why?
Eddie, I think at the same, like, I think Bo Nix is in his mind. He knows, or he hears everyone saying what they say about, like, Sean Payton shouldn't have picked him this high. He's a third-round quarterback. He's not good. He's a bust. All these things in his head, and he's trying to maybe prove people wrong. And he's trying too hard, and he's getting himself in trouble, like making mistakes, interceptions and all that. I don't know, Eddie. Like, something is off. But the problem is we're 8-2, Eddie. Like, I cannot believe I'm saying this. We're 8-2,
Don't get me wrong. I'm happy. I'm ecstatic, dude. We're the best. Like, currently, right now, we're the best team in the NFL. We're first in our
Exactly.
division. We're first in the AFC. I'm thrilled about that. But the reason why Bronco fans such as myself and others are so angry about this and why, yeah, we won. We enjoy it. Like, we're happy about it. It's the way winners, like, they're not just happy and satisfied with the win. They go back and look at, okay, how do we
How did
win?
we? Mhm.
The how you lose and how you win. That's a whole different conversation. That's the conversation that the coaches of the Broncos, the players of the Broncos are having. Cool, we won. Great. But why did it look like that? Why was it so bad? Why couldn't we score points? And that's what some of Bronco fans are saying. It's not that they're not happy about the win. They're thrilled about the win. We're 8-2. We're the best team in the NFL. But we just know that the way we're winning on offense, the way this offense is playing, we're not going to be able to succeed with that throughout the season. You go into the playoffs and play the Bills like this on offense, you're going to get absolutely cooked. Defense are not being as good as it is. Defense is going to get tired. They have to keep going out there so much. We know this as Bronco fans. O2L, the last 10 years, our defenses have been top 10 every year, top 5 almost every year since Super Bowl 50. No offense, no quarterback to speak of. The defense, they have to keep going out there because the offense keeps going 3 and out. They get tired, they get worn out, and then they can't do anything. And we wind up losing. It's going to be the same thing when you get to the playoffs and this offense doesn't start doing something, doing their job.
Yeah.
So,
Eddie, I fear that we managed to get that first week bye. We're playing at home, and the team comes to our house, and we play like crap, and we lose. That's gonna be terrible, Eddie. It's gonna be like we wasted this whole season for nothing.
Whenever it was a very Sean, just have better play calling. Coach up Bo Nix. Make him settled in the pocket so he's not running around with jittery feet. Let him run. Let him go out there and do something. Add that extra threat to the offense, so that way the defense has got to prepare for it.
Exactly.
And the other thing I want to say, and this goes against Bo Nix, because I'm not trying to sugarcoat Bo Nix's bad play, because he did play terrible. He needs to stop looking for Troy Franklin so damn much.
Oh yeah.
He's literally looking for him to a fault of the offense. Every single time I see Bo Nix throw the ball, it's typically like that interception he threw deep, like where he got outside the pocket and he just chucked it up into double coverage. It was the Franklin.
Yeah.
But then again, like someone showed another video earlier or later that there was a one where Bo Nix just got happy feet and he ran out of the pocket, and you see, I think it was a in route or something. Like you see, Franklin go up, he goes across the middle, he wide the hell open. Bo Nix didn't see him, but the second, these are all Troy Franklin plays, and the second interception that Bo Nix threw, this one wasn't on Bo Nix, it was on Troy Franklin. He literally threw it right at Franklin. It hit him in the hands, bounced off his chest, and flew in the air and got picked off.
Yeah, that's not on Bo Nix, I don't think.
That's not on Bo Nix. Yeah. The first interception was. The second one, it wasn't. Troy Franklin should have caught it. Literally hit him in the hands and then bounced off his chest. And then, have you seen that new show, Muhammad, called The Arena with Aqib Talib, Skip Bayless, and all them?
Yeah.
I was watching it earlier this morning, and they were talking about Bo Nix in the Broncos game Thursday. And Talib, man, I love the guy to death, man. He a diehard Bronco, man. He defends Bo Nix, and he defends these Broncos to a fault of his own. Like, he defends them to the death. And they started talking about that Troy Franklin play where Bo Nix threw the ball, it hit him right in the hands, bounced off his chest, and got picked off. They were talking about that. And like Talib was like, yeah, the first one you can say, okay, it was on Bo Nix. He made a bad read. He threw into double coverage, whatever. But that second one, he's like, that was not on Bo Nix. Troy Franklin should have caught that. And one of the guys sitting across from him, was some young guy, I don't know what his name was. He's like, that was not a good pass. That bounced off his back hip. I'm like, dude, I watched that play 50 freaking times over the last 2 days. It did not hit him in the back hip. It hit him in the hands and bounced off his shoulder pad. He should have caught it.
Yeah.
So thanks to Lee for defending the Broncos, but man, these people, I swear to God, they just hate the Broncos. They hate the Broncos. But
you know, Eddie,
Sean,
I would say this. Yeah, I would say this. Like if Sean Payton, if you see that Bo Nix is thinking too much, he's doing the most, he can't get settled, nervous, whatever it is, run the ball. When you start the game, run the ball, short passes, have him run for a little bit, get him comfortable. Then you can start doing this other stuff. But you start doing all this thing, and he keeps punting. We punt. He's trying to make something out of nothing. And that's how he gets into that. Just do what he likes to do. Go up tempo. Stop with the weird personnel stuff. No more screens, for God's sake, against the Chiefs. Oh my God, Eddie. If the game starts with screens, I'm really like, you know what? We're gonna lose.
If the game starts with Bo Nix in the shotgun on the first drive 3 fucking times and he throws the ball, I'm gonna reach through the TV and smack Sean. Like he did that against what was it, the Texans or the Cowboys? Like the first drive of the game, the first 3 snaps, and guess what? You went 3 and out. It was 3 shotgun. Bo Nix in the shotgun all 3 times and 3 passes, and we go 3 and out. Not a single chance to run the damn ball.
And then, and then, like, while the game is going on, we're like, what is Sean Payton seeing that we're not seeing? Because everybody looking at it the same way. You're like, okay, you're running it for a little bit, and J.K. Dobbins is having a good game. He's getting 5 yards a carry. Why are you stopping that? Like, what are you seeing that we're not seeing? Because it makes no sense.
No, it doesn't. And it's so infuriating because we know this team can run the ball effectively. We know that. Which is why I'm really, really hoping that video is so real because even ex-football players and coaches were talking about it. They're like, dude, Sean, you need to, like, because if that video is real about, him saying it was a personnel, but this could also be taken back to the fact that some ex-football players and coaches are saying the same thing. Like, Sean, your play calls are too long, bro. They're too goddamn long. You need to shorten the names of these play calls to get them in faster because if you watch a Broncos game, you'll see the guys in the huddle. They're literally breaking the huddle between 10 to 15 seconds left to go on the play clock. And then they slowly walk up to the line. So by the time they get up to the line, it's under 10 seconds or about 5 seconds left. And they got no time to change the play or motion guys or do anything because Sean Payton's play calls are so damn freaking long. And Nick's like this, and he's like, okay, guys, this is what we're gonna do. Blah blah, X Y Z, camel toe over here, that this, whatever. It's like 30 freaking words when it doesn't need to be that long, and then they're not, getting up to the line with until 5 or 7 seconds left. They can't motion, they can't do anything, or they have to rush it, and then it's always an incomplete pass or something. I'm tired of seeing that. Sean, shorten your fucking play call names, dude. Like seriously, just shorten them. And then also, you don't have to substitute every fucking play. You can keep the same guys out there for a couple of plays. You don't have to keep subbing in multiple freaking guys every damn play. That also shortens the game clock. So with the long-ass play calling names, trying to get it all out, trying to get everybody lined up and do all that, and the fact that you have to rush guys in and out of the freaking formation to get them up there, this is the reason why you're having so much trouble with having 5 seconds left to go on the play clock when you get up there and Bo Nix can't really do anything. He can't signal this guy over to get set quick enough, and they have to rush it. And then guess what? Then they're rushing the freaking snap, and then they're, Bo Nix is under stress. The offensive line's like, oh shit, who do I block? And then Nix has just got to get rid of it. This shit needs to freaking stop, dude. It's getting annoying, and it's gonna cost us a game or games or a big game, like a playoff game, when Sean can just very easily fix this shit. All the problems we're having, they're easy fixes. They can be done, and you ain't going to have these issues. But Sean refuses to adapt. He's 60-something years old. He's stuck in his ways. He's not going to give up play calling.
Very stubborn, Eddie. Oh, my God.
He's not going to give up play calling. And as long as things keep going the way they are, you're going to keep having this kind of stuff happen.
Absolutely.
These stupid screen passes that don't work at all. These rush plays, especially on third down. If it's a rush play on third down, that's going to lead to more interceptions. Bo Nix not getting his feet settled. The offensive line struggling to protect. Receivers, not getting, to their spot quick enough or whatever, or being able to use any kind of motion. This is why I say Sean Payton is the problem with this team. Yes, Bo Nix has his own issues. But if you honestly look at it, those issues can be traced back to, like I said, having to rush the play. Bo Nix ain't set. He ain't ready. The offensive line ain't ready. The receivers ain't ready. You're like, if you watch games, Mohammed, like they'll get up to the line. Bo Nix would be like trying to motion, and it's like they'd be like, they get up to the line 5 seconds, and Bo's like, hey, you get over here, and it's like 3, and Bo's like this.
Yeah.
Trying to get the snap off before they get a delay a game. This is because Sean Payton's play calls are too long, and the substitutions that he constantly makes. Knock that shit off.
It's Eddie. It's his ego. He's not gonna. I don't know who could talk to him about it, Eddie. Maybe, like you said, it's Bo Nix, but he's not gonna change anything. He is very stubborn, Eddie.
That's the only person. Bo Nix is the only one that's gonna be able to have the cojones and the guts to go up to Sean and be like, listen, Sean, this shit ain't working. We need to change the play calling names. We need to stop subbing in so much. We need to do something different because what we're doing now is clearly not fucking working. It's not working for me. It's not working for you. It's not working for the team. And yes, we're winning, but we're not going to win all these games if we keep having to do this shit like this every week. And this offense keeps continuing to look bad because of whatever X, Y, or Z. And if it's on me, I'll fix it. But you got to, do your portion too in order to help this offense. So
maybe they're having this conversation or had this conversation already, Eddie, since they're like on a mini buy type of situation. Maybe they're talking. Maybe I don't know.
If I was Bo Nix, I'd be marching in the office and be like, okay, Sean, we need to sit down. We need to wrap right here, dude. We need to figure out what we need to do before we go up against the Chiefs next week.
Getting burst, yeah.
We can't play like this against the Chiefs, otherwise we're gonna lose. Something's got to get done. But all in all, I'm happy we won the game. We're 8-2. It was an ugly win. And like they say, ugly wins build calluses, but we've already had enough ugly wins. It's time for us to get a comfortable win. I'm hoping against KC next week. I understand it's KC, but I hope we blow them out of the fucking – I hope they change this stuff we just talked about and they blow KC out of the goddamn water to where they don't even stand a chance. I want this game to be like the game was a couple years ago when we beat KC for the first time in like 7 years. I want it to be like 20-something to 7 or 20-something to 9. Chiefs only get field goals, and the Broncos offense just destroys that Chiefs defense. I want a blowout against the Chiefs. I want this to be a statement game going into our bye. Like, hey, we beat the Chiefs at home. We kicked the ever-living shit out of them. We're for real. We're a Super Bowl contender, and we ain't going nowhere. That's what I want to see this week coming up.
Eddie, I know I can count on the defense showing up. It's the offense is the problem. I know the defense is going to be ready. They're going to be coming, and hopefully PS2 is back. So
that's the good thing I have in the mini buy. Marvin Mims is most likely going to be back. I'm 100% sure of that. And then PS2, like, I don't know, man. Like I said, those comments he made a couple of weeks ago, the fact that he's not on IR, I believe, even if it's at a limited capacity, like if he's on a snap count, I do believe he will be back for the Chiefs game. He will play some. I really do.
That we shouldn't let their offense on the field. Eat the clock, run the ball, short passes. It doesn't have to be pretty. That's the only way you're gonna beat them. But
there's two ways to beat the Chiefs.
Yeah.
There's actually, I'm sorry. There's one way to beat the Chiefs, but for the opposing team of the Chiefs, there's two things you have to do: run the ball, control the clock, keep Mahomes off the field, and 2, get to him with 4. But that's like that with any elite quarterback. If you get to him with a 4-man pass rush, you're gonna rattle them. You're gonna win that game if you rattle them with a 4-man pass rush. So get to him with the rush and offense, run the ball, control the clock, keep Mahomes off the field, and you'll win this game. It's that
their O-line is not that good neither, right, Eddie?
Not really. I have to look at the stats, but I think Patrick Mahomes has been sacked a lot this year. But we got some comments here. We're at 50 minutes, Muhammad. Let's get through some of these comments. Michael Ronquillo says, good evening, Ed Muhammad on Rocky Mountain Blitz. Thank you, man. Really appreciate it.
Thanks,
Michael. You're a big supporter, man. You're always in here. We really appreciate it, man. We really, really do. Thank you for your support.
Thank you, Michael.
Got another one here from Michael. He's like, Bo Nix has 25 career NFL games under his belt. Yeah. So he's got more than Drake May. People got more film on him, like I was saying earlier. So that's why they're able to game plan for him better. But Drake May's had a little bit better of a year right now because teams didn't have a whole lot of film on him.
Yeah.
So just like Bo Nix last year, teams didn't have film on him. Bo Nix was playing off the charts. They're like, holy crap, look at this guy.
Yeah.
So, but thank you for your comment, Michael. Really appreciate it. Got one here from Salvador
Valencia. I think he was here last week.
Okay, yeah, 55-12. He's like, thank God Mims is coming back. Yeah. You ain't wrong on that one. We need him because like Bo Nix needs to stop targeting Troy Franklin so much. I understand they're old college, teammates, but he's targeting him almost to a fault. You still got Sutton, you still got Pat Bryant, you got Evan Ingram, and this week hopefully you'll have Marvin Mims back. So please, for the love of God, just get Marvin Mims more involved with this game.
I want to see a lot of Pat Bryant, Eddie. I think he's good. He's solid. He blocks, and he's a good wide receiver. He doesn't really drop the ball. So
no. Yeah, they need to definitely get him more involved. I want to see more of Pat Bryant. I got one here from Andre Bell, 2218. Coach said he was looking at the wrong side of the plate. Is he? I just got one question. Is he dyslexic? Like, I'm not trying to be funny or mean, but god damn, Sean, come on. Is he suffering from dementia? Like,
I know he's got.
How do you not know you're not looking at the right play sheet?
Something is going on. Mr. Bell in the house. Thanks for not asking any complicated questions today. That's actually a good question or a statement.
Yeah, if that's true, man, what the hell, Sean? Seriously, you give me a migraine.
Because Eddie, basically, Sean Payton is his own enemy. Seriously, like you see something working and you be like, "Nah, I'm not running the ball anymore. I'm just gonna do a screen pass."
God dang it! Coach said he was looking at the wrong side of the play calling sheet on third down. Throw the whole play sheet away. He was looking at the wrong side and throw the. Oh, okay. No, how about just get a new play sheet and shorten the play calling names? How about that? That would make everything in everybody's lives a lot easier. And I was surprised, Muhammad. He didn't have run the ball written on the play sheet like he normally does this week.
I mean, Eddie, it's like run the ball and then short passes, 3 yards, 4 yards, chunk. Just do that. Eat the clock. It really doesn't have to be pretty. You don't have to go throw it deep for 50 yards, and score a touchdown. I don't care. Honestly, don't care. We have a good defense. We don't really have to play great offense. Just decent. That's it. We have the running back to do it. Sean, please.
And that's the thing too. It's like, Sean, death by 1,000 paper cuts. Just short passes, man. Run the ball. Like I said this the other day. I want to get you. I want to see if you agree with me on this, Muhammad. But for you, does it seem like Sean Payton thinks he's still got Russell Wilson out there? Because all you see is screen passes in the flat, just deep shots. Like that's all Russell can do. Hey, Sean, you got this young quarterback named Bo Nix that's actually a lot taller than Russ and actually can see the middle of the field. How about you utilize it?
I'm sorry, Eddie, but sometimes it feels like he doesn't trust him or he's trying to protect him. Something is going on in Sean Payton's head. I don't know what it is, Eddie. I can't figure it out.
If he doesn't trust him, then stop making him throw deep passes. Like you said, Muhammad, short passes, curls, hooks, slants, drags, easy shit. Run the ball. That helps a young quarterback too that's struggling.
And maybe the fact that Bo Nix is nervous, Eddie, or he keeps, overthinking everything. Maybe it's Sean Payton. Maybe he's doing that to him. Maybe he's kind of keep talking to him about it, and I don't know, making him not being confident. I don't know what it is, Eddie. Honestly, keep coming up with ideas, but this is no telling.
Well, I'm sure somebody hit it on the head, but we're never going to know because Sean's never going to tell us, of course. Let's see. Yeah, another one here from Michael. He's like, I'm not happy with Sean Payton using wide receiver Pat Bryant. Yeah, he's basically treating him like the next little Jordan Humphrey.
I love Pat Bryant. And see the way he be blocking stuff. He's gonna be a good player for us. Get him more involved, please.
I'm not mad that he's using them to block. That's great. It's just the amount of it, how much he's using them to block. It's like, dude, he's a wide receiver. He's not a goddamn tight end or an offensive lineman. Let him go out for a route and catch a damn ball. We
The
see
problem is he's good at it.
Cowboys.
He's really good at it too. That's the thing.
If I was Pat Bryant, I'd be getting ticked off. Like, dude, I want some more damn targets. Just give me 3 passes a game.
Exactly.
And I'll make every single one of them worth it.
I see the thing, Eddie, about him is like I don't see him dropping the ball. Very good hands.
Sutton. I love Sutton. Like he has one every single freaking game. He'll have a pass that he drops and it hits him right in the hands. You're
it's a scratcher. And then he'll make an incredible catch too, Eddie.
And then right after that, he'll make he'll have 2 guys draped on him or a guy draped on him, and he'll be like making a miraculous catch. It's like you just dropped an easy pass that hit you right in the hands 5 plays ago. Like, the fuck is going on?
It's a very bipolar thing to do, right?
Oh, Jesus. Another one here from Michael. He's like, they need to use their wide receivers like they with the last great. Oh. I don't even know what to say. Well, how would you take this one?
They need to use their wide receiver like
he's saying that they need to use their wide receivers like they used to use Demaryius Thomas. And I agree with that. Freaking
Eddie,
the ball. Like I
tell you something.
Here, but
yeah, Eddie and Michael and this, honestly, we're saying all these things, and I bet you Sean Payton is looking at us all and saying that you guys are like idiots. You don't know what I know. I know what I'm doing. You just not on my level mentally to figure out what I'm doing. I bet you that's what he's thinking.
I mean, he's not wrong in a sense, but at the same time, it's like, okay, Sean, then if we're wrong and you're so right about everything, then prove us wrong.
Exactly. Score 40 points.
Show us. Because based on what we've seen all season, you suck as a play caller.
We're not satisfied.
Like,
we're not.
Sean, if that's the case, then Sean, explain this to me. How is it that if the run doesn't work the first couple of times you try it, you go away from it completely, but then when the screens don't work, you keep freaking doing them? Is that something a smart coach would do? No, let's see. The run game's working, but even whenever the run game's working, Sean's like, let's go away from it. Like, for instance, like I talked about earlier, that drive where they fucking hit that dumbass goofy screen or that double pass whenever they were running real well on that drive, J.K. Dobbins is tearing up and you need 1 yard and you do this goofy shit. You went away from the run that was working. But then whenever the screen doesn't work, you're like, hey, let's keep trying it. It'll work eventually. Jesus Christ. I'm not saying I'm a coach because I'm not. I'm not a freaking elite play caller. I've never called a play in my life other than Madden.
I mean, and even coaches are asking the same questions.
And that's where I get my info from. I'm like, I love Sean. He came here to rebuild this franchise and fix this franchise and get our offense going. But, dude, that game Thursday night was no different than the freaking game, 3 years ago against the Colts on Thursday Night Football when we had Nathaniel Hackett. It was just as bad.
And you were making fun of Nathaniel Hackett saying he's the worst coach and saying all these things. Now look at you.
The only difference between this game and that game was we won this game, thankfully. Yeah. So, Sean, if you know what it takes, then do it. Stop talking about it. Stop, looking at us like we're idiots and the media is idiots when they're asking valid questions and doing the damn job you were paid to do. It's simple.
I fear that he's going to change it when we play the Chiefs, and hopefully we win. We go into the bye, and then when he comes back, it's going to be back to the same thing because we're playing the Commanders. They don't have a quarterback while he's out. He's going to go back. He's like, well, I did what y'all asked me to do. Now let me do my screens again. Please leave me alone.
Yeah, but the problem with that is if he does what we're telling him to do against the Chiefs, guess what? They're going to beat the Chiefs, and then what's the smart ass going to say?
Yeah. And he keeps
Sorry,
winning.
guys. I'm not Sean Payton. I'm not saying I'm a coach, but for the love of God, whenever you got ex-players and ex-coaches questioning what the Sean Payton is doing, I think us as fans have a right to sit there and be like, what the hell is he doing?
I think all of us fans are agreeing, Eddie. I don't think anybody's thinking he's doing well as far as play calling. So
We got another one here from Michael. Oh crap, my bad. Wide receiver Pat Bryant had 43 yard catch against the Las Vegas. Yeah, that one where Bo Nix scrambled out, got up to the line of scrimmage and threw it.
he's good.
Crossbody. It wasn't crossbody. Down the field, Pat Bryant was wide open. That was one of the best plays of the night, in my opinion. But like,
I bet you with time, Eddie, Pat Bryant is going to be better than Franklin.
I think he'll be better than Sutton eventually if they give him a chance.
Yeah, exactly. Just give
I
him,
do think that.
it's good. It's very good.
But here's the thing with that though. Now, Mohammed, now that if Mims comes back next week against the Chiefs, you're probably hardly going to see Pat Bryant. You're going to see more. You're going to see more Mims, Sutton, and Franklin because those are the top three. You're barely probably going to see Pat Bryant. I hope I'm wrong, but
he's gonna be coming in for run plays to block.
Oh yeah, and no pass plays. This is going to be wonderful. Another one here from Andre Bell. Thanks, man. He's like, a win is a win. Yeah, I'm not arguing. I'm happy with the win. We're 8-2. We're top of the AFC West. We're top in the NFL. We're top in the AFC. I don't want to keep going like this. Like the play, like that's the only concern I have. I just don't want this play calling and play to continue on offense because we're not going to win. You know, we're going to eventually get our butts kicked if we keep playing like this. Last year we talked like people are talking about us right now. Like they talked about the Chiefs last year. Oh, the Broncos are winning these one-score games. How long can they go doing this? Yeah, the Chiefs made the Super Bowl, but also they had a team that's been there and done that a million times at that point last year. And I don't want to be like the Chiefs. I'm not saying I want to blow every team out, but the offense should look more competent than that, especially against the Raiders. We should at least won that game by 2 scores at the minimum.
We had opportunities, Eddie. You know, that could have been the case. We just squandered them.
Yeah. Another one here from Michael. He's like, head coach Sean McVay with the Los Angeles Rams knows how to use veteran QB Matthew Stafford. Sean needs to do the same with Bo Nix. Yeah. That's what we were sold on whenever we drafted Bo Nix and brought Sean Payton in was, Sean Payton's an elite play caller. And then when he drafted Bo Nix, it's like, oh, these two are going to fit together well. They both want to win. They're both competitive. You know, he fits Sean Payton's system perfectly. Well, we're winning, but we're seeing a really crappy offense. Like we're winning in spite of our offense, honestly.
I mean, Eddie,
in these games.
People are saying that, well, doesn't matter what we're saying because if the Broncos are 8-2, they're winning, they must be doing something right. I'm like, yeah, Vance Joseph is doing something. Yeah, Vance Joseph is doing something right. It's not Sean Payton. I'm sorry. Like, if we didn't have this defense, how many games we would have won? Come on. Let's give the guy credit, for what he did.
And dude, I remember Broncos country bashing him so freaking hard when he was the head coach, Vance Joseph. Yeah. Broncos country loves him now to death. They love him to death. And I can tell you from talking to people, the majority of Broncos country is going to be sad whenever he probably gets hired for a head coaching job this offseason.
Yep. I think he's going to get a job, Eddie. John Elway loved him some Vance Joseph.
Even a couple of years ago when Miami hung 70 on us, I was one of them. I was like, fire Vance Joseph. But now I'm so glad that we didn't. I'm glad we didn't listen to what I said at that point because Vance Joseph is really turning this defense around. And like I said, myself and other Bronco fans are going to be really sad to see him go this offseason.
Yeah, and honestly, Eddie, I give Sean Payton a lot of credit on that point because I thought he should have been fired too. But he held his horses. He did not fire him. He said he's not going to fire him. And, the rest is history, I guess.
Another one from Andre Bell 2218. This is the most disgruntled I've ever seen a fan base against the number one team in the league, or fan base be against
the Broncos, because we're complaining even though we're
I get what you're saying, Andre. We are disgruntled because we know, we're happy that the Broncos are 8-2. We're happy they're winning these games, but just like the Chiefs last year, these one-score games, these lucky, I shouldn't say lucky wins, but these close wins like this, these one-score wins, they only go so far. They only last for so long until the cracks bust more and it's a giant freaking hole in the ground and you're literally falling through it because you start losing games because of stuff like this. We're happy that the Broncos are winning, but this offense, if they're going to compete for a Super Bowl, have to be better than this. There's no problem with being happy that your Broncos won or your team won, but you can still be upset about the way you see certain aspects of this team play on the field, aka the offense. And people are going to complain. They're just like, because we know this offense can do better. We've seen them do better. Bo Nix in this offense and Sean Payton. We've seen them do better. So we know they can do it. For some reason, they're not doing it now. And it's just so frustrating because if the offense can get its act together and start playing well and stop whatever the hell there is they're doing now, dude, this team will be the most lethal team in football. No one's going to be able to stop us. Exactly. Nobody. That's the problem. And that's why people are so upset. Another one here from Michael Ronchio. Oh, shit. That freaking furry-ass clown. I swear to God. He's another one that kind of, well, of course, I hate him because he's an idiot. He's a biased Chiefs fan. But he did say the Broncos are good outside of Bo Nix. And I'm like, again, Bo Nix has his problems. Not going to deny that. But these freaking clowns in the media, other Bronco fans or whatever, they're always, talking bad on Bo Nix, saying he's the bad one. He's the reason why this team sucks. He's the only one with any issues on this team whenever everybody sees how horrible the play calling is. Even ex-coaches and players have seen how bad the play calling is. It's not just Bo Nix. It is more of Sean Payton than anything else. But Nick Wright, dude, I constantly watch him. He is he knows the Broncos are a danger to the Kansas City Chiefs because he knows this is how the Kansas City Chiefs last year won and got to the Super Bowl, winning these ugly, lucky, close games like this. And now the Broncos are doing it, and Nick's just like, oh, shit. The Broncos are for real. Yeah, Bo Nix had a bad game, but normally he's pretty damn good. We've seen what he can do when he's on fire. And this team is gelling. This offense is gelling together. We know what they're capable of. God, we know what this defense is capable of. So Nick is terrified of the Broncos.
Yeah, Sean is not letting him. That's the thing. Hey Eddie, we're like past the hour mark. You want to
I'm trying to hurry up. We got more comments coming in. This is the last one. Michael says Colorado Avalanche scored 9 goals against Edmonton Oilers. The final score 9-1. I don't really watch hockey too much. Like I watch the Nuggets occasionally. Not big into hockey. I used to watch the Blues as a kid, but I just never could get into hockey. I still watch the Nuggets and Broncos. That's the only thing I watch, but that's good. 9, they scored 1 less than the Broncos. So, I guess that's something to look forward to. Mm-hmm. But that's it for us tonight, guys. It's getting kind of late. I think for Muhammad, it's like almost 1 o'clock in the morning. He's probably wanting to get to bed. But that's it for us. Next week we'll be back at, probably the following, Tuesday, whatever, after the Chiefs game. But tomorrow we got a full game of football. We can sit comfortably as Bronco fans knowing our team won Thursday night. We can just watch and just enjoy football tomorrow. But one more thing I want to say before we get out of here tonight, guys. The rooting guide for the Broncos tomorrow. You want the Steelers to beat the Chargers, you want the Falcons to beat the Colts, and you want the Bucs to beat the Patriots. All that happens, the Broncos remain in first in the AFC. They have the 1 seed, and they remain first in the AFC West. So those are the games to watch out for tomorrow. But that's it for us tonight. Muhammad, any final thoughts before we get out of here tonight, man?
Hey, I'm happy we won. I know we were making comments about Sean Payton and the offense, but I'm happy we won. We're happy we beat the Raiders. Let's, take this many bites to get better and come back and beat the Chiefs next week.
Hell yeah. Let's get healthier. Mims, Sertan, let's get healthy and go out there and beat the Chiefs next week. And F the Raiders. I got to say
Absolutely.
that.
I second that.
All right, guys. Well, that's it for us. We will talk to you guys next week. Peace.
All right.